you guys? It is Mary.
And Amma.
And today we are going to be talking about chapter 35. It's about time, you guys. That's the name of the chapter.
All right. So now Christine is telling the kids about the divorce. And when she tells Gwendolyn, Gwendolyn says, it's about time. Maddie was like, frankly, we are all surprised you stayed as long as you did.
Yeah.
Isabel took it the hardest. She's daddy's girl, so she was brokenhearted and upset. Maddie and Hunter had to talk to Isabel and let her know, hey, when was the last time you thought your mom and dad had a good marriage? When did you last see them touch? So Isabel thinking about that, I think helped Isabel to process. And in the end, she was supportive. Truly, of course, found out, we saw the episode where she found out she overheard Maddie and Christine talking about moving to Utah. And she's like, are you and Cody getting a divorce? And she said yes, that they were, well, she told her we are already divorced, and truly asked if she was the last one to know. And that's why I think she was more upset that, like, I'm the one that this whole thing is going to impact the most, yet you're telling me last. Like, how dare you?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy work.
Yeah.
Like, Christine,
Yeah.
what the hell?
So Isabel took her to a friend's house, and whose parents were divorced, so they could talk to her. Um, Robyn, of course, already knew she was leaving Cody. So did Janelle. She called Mary, which I thought was very sweet. She called Mary and told her off camera because she didn't want to shock her and have her find out, like, you know, right then in front of the camera. But then everybody else knows. And she said it was the hardest conversation. And of course, the whole knife in the kidneys.
That was
I still wonder
hilarious.
how I still wonder how long Cody practiced the day before about that whole knife in the kidney.
Did she call him beforehand, before that scene?
Yeah, she had told him that she was going to let the family know.
Oh,
Um, yeah. Or he had told her, well, you have to let the family know. And so he knew that day that's when she was going to announce that. And then she called Mary and let Mary know, because Janelle already knew, Robyn already knew, of course. Of course, Robyn already knew. She knows that Cody will tell Robyn everything. But she did tell Janelle, and so she called Mary and let Mary know that, hey, tomorrow or whenever I'm gonna be talking to you all, announcing it.
okay.
Yeah, and she said that Robyn made the whole thing about herself, how
Of
it was going
course.
to affect her. Like, she wanted Christine to stay in a crappy marriage so that she could have her version of fake polygamy.
Well, I'm not shocked because she did the same thing to Mary, even though Mary was not getting sex for almost 20 years. So Rob is very selfish. Like, why would you wish
I
that on
love
somebody
the way you
to
say
be in
that,
a?
Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that will always shock me. Like, I think y'all remember that video we did on Sister Wives where it was 10 years no sex. Like, that was the
Yeah.
most
And we
shocking
were like, we
part of
bet it
it.
was more than, yeah, we were like, we bet it was more than the 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it
And
was more.
yeah, she said that she felt that Robyn misconstrued intentionally what she was saying so as to keep her and her kids out of Cody's big picture. So it sounds like she was seeing Robyn very clearly, even that very day. So I wondered, I said, does she see why Robyn is trying to twist everything?
Yeah,
And
I'm
she
sure.
and she said though she loved Robyn's kid, she understood that Robyn wasn't going to let them have a relationship. And
Yeah.
she was like, and it does make her sad. I'm thinking, really, Christine, it makes you sad? You really want those kids in your life? Really? Really, Christine?
You don't believe that she does, or you don't think it's a good idea?
No. I mean, like, yes, you can feel bad, but like, how close is your relationship going to really be with these kids when Robyn is so involved. I mean, you see what happened when the other kids were trying to get talk to them for them to have like a Christmas exchange, how Robyn messed that up.
Yeah,
So
that was
I mean,
crazy.
yeah, that was not going to work. It was not going to work. And that's why I just knew the whole Mykelti going over there, trying to do some kumbaya, I knew that was not going to work either. Because
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time till Robyn kicks her to the curb. Anyway, she said after the meeting, she actually moved Isabel to North Carolina, which I think we saw, to live with Maddie. Gwendolyn, showed the house for her while she was gone. She was able to find an apartment. So this is just kind of talking about, how everything went. And she said that within a couple of weeks, she was able to, when they returned to Flagstaff, the house sold. This chapter ends, I'll just kind of fast forward. This chapter ends with Christine wondering if they would have made it as a family if Robyn hadn't joined the family. She went there.
Oh,
And I think it's true that as you make money, you show more of who you are. I feel
yeah,
like Cody would eventually, if it wasn't Robyn, he still would have gotten another wife, and he still would have isolated that wife from the other wives.
right.
However, if he had a different kind of, because I think Cody was in that phase where now I'm making money, I want to have a girlfriend. Okay, I've stepped on all these women's necks to get to where I need to be, and now I got the money. Now I'm gonna go get the girl, the dream girl, right? And I'm gonna have a girlfriend, and these women are they gonna continue to sponsor me? So I think that he would have still tried to isolate this woman. However, the only difference is the kind of wife. If he had married a different kind of woman who wasn't trying to manipulate and be the legal wife, right? Who didn't intentionally hug his time and get her kids to hug his time,
Right.
okay, who also didn't try to isolate herself and her kids, like for example, like getting that nanny, okay, who ensured that Cody's time was fair with his family. His relationships, certainly with his kids, I feel would have been better.
Yeah.
Now I think Christine still would have left because she wouldn't put up with no affection, right? But I think that Cody's relationship with his kids, if he had a different woman that wasn't Robyn, who was kinder, right? Who had those characteristics that I just talked about, I think that his relationships would have been better with his kids, and Janelle would have stayed. Janelle would have stayed because you're
Right.
treating my kids right. So
Yeah.
the only person who would have left would have been Christine.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
if he had a different kind of if he had a different kind of, but then if he was fair coming to the house anyway and being kind to Christine's kids because he realizes, hey, this woman really wants me. She wants me, loves me more when I'm good to my wives and my other children, right?
Yeah.
If he realizes that, then he would have continued to do more of that. So Christine may have stayed.
Probably.
So Robyn has been the problem then, when you break it
Agreed.
down like that. So what do you
Yeah.
all think? What do you all think? Will, as Christine is wondering, will the family have made it if Robyn hadn't joined the family? Let us know down in the comments.
I don't know. I feel like Cody was always the problem. I feel like only
Mm,
because he was already a bad husband without Robyn. Robyn just increased it by 10. But he was already horrible. So I
right.
don't think he would have probably they probably would have stayed longer, but I don't think
Hmm.
that they would have lasted forever.
That's true.
I
You're
think
very right
Robyn
about that
being
because
there, it just sped up the divorce process because they were already kind of doomed from the
mm,
beginning. He was barely being having sex with Mary. Janelle probably would have stayed. I think Janelle probably would have stayed if it wasn't for Robyn. But I think Christine definitely would have left eventually. And I think
Hmm.
Mary probably at some maybe possibly she might have stayed. I don't know. I really can't tell if Mary would have left. But I think Christina would have always left because
Hmm.
her needs are very much different than what Cody is willing to give her. And he was already very
Yeah.
verbally abusive and emotionally abusive with Christine.
Yeah.
You know, putting her down, saying
Yeah.
she's fat, she's unattractive, and all these things. But I do think
Yeah.
that being with Robyn is sped up those divorces.
Hmm. Very wonderful point, Mary.
Yeah.
What do you all think?
But yes, y'all, comment down below, let us know. And we will see you guys on the next
Yeah.
video. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, and give us some hype points if you enjoyed this video.